Hi, Kona. What is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe, NEVERsate.com, and today is going to be part 4 of my assistance finisher series. Nick, so before we go, it's dangerous back here.
Yes.
Before we go any further, I just want to congratulate this guy who just came 4th in the world at the official strongman games. I know he is unhappy about it, but you just go to his channel, check it out, make sure you subscribe while you're there, check out the whole thing. The only reason why he's good at all is because of me. So, hey, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Now get out of here. I got to record a video. What are you doing?
I don't even know if I got the right shorts. Smell test.
But yes, this will be the 4th installment of the Assistance Finisher series. You guys have already gotten the squat, the bench, the deadlift, and this is going to be the overhead press. Now, I left the overhead press for last because even though they are a small little muscle group, you can punish them so badly, so many different ways. It is so much fun, and the best part about your shoulders is most people's shoulders do better with higher volume, so the more you punish them, the better it gets, so you guys can definitely try some of these out. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, I would highly recommend that you go check out those other finishing videos as well, because it kind of explains this whole idea a little bit better, but just very quickly to gloss over it, bottom line is, at the end of my workout, I've already put so much energy into it. If you tell me to do 4 sets of 10 of like an incline bench press and lateral raises, I'm probably not gonna do it. It's just, I'm probably not gonna do it. So what I started doing is either manipulating the time or the reps or making it into a competition or doing whatever I could to kind of set my assistance work down to about 10 minutes total, where it's gonna be extremely hard. I'm gonna put more work in, I'm gonna get it done, and I might actually do it sometimes. So with that said, let's get into it. The very first one that I wanna talk about is a press to a walk to a press to a walk to a press to a walk. The whole idea here is that you're gonna start out doing 5 strict presses. On your 5th strict press, you're gonna hold that lockout position and walk however far you want. Probably like 3 to 5 to 10 steps. Once you're there, then you're gonna do 4 presses. Then walk 5 to 10 steps, do 3 presses, then 2 presses and 1 presses with those walks in between. Now, the best part about this is you can use dumbbells, you can use a barbell, you can use plates, you can use absolutely anything you want. And if you're not fried by the time that you get down to your last press, you can turn around and repeat the ladder on the way back, or if you are fried on that last press, you hold that one, you lock it out, you turn around, you walk that bar all the way back to the rack, and it is always an entertaining thing to make that long walk with that barbell. Now, one of the main things that you're trying to work here is your stability. So for those of you who are a little further advanced, what I would encourage that you do is take a barbell and then take some resistance bands and hang some kettlebells or some plates or whatever you want to hang from there to get a little bit more shakiness going on. And then for those of you, I know some of you just watched Alan Thrall's video where he talked about his barbells, and he talked about the earthquake bar and how he doesn't really use it, doesn't really see a use for it. I'd probably have to say I kind of agree. I actually ended up pressing with it very, very little, but for drills that have to do with stability like this one, this is absolutely the best choice you could possibly make for building that shoulder stability and holding big heavy weights above your head. So again, you're doing 5 presses, walk, 4 presses, walk, 3, walk, 2, walk, 1 walk. Either take it all the way back if you're shot. If not, when you get to that 1, come on back with 2 presses, walk, 3 presses, walk, 4 presses, walk, 5, but you guys know how to, come on. The second one I want to talk about is going to be really good for those of you who have problems with your lockout. So you can do this a number of different ways. One of the ways that I personally like to do it a lot is with a trap bar to get that neutral grip to try to change things up a little bit. However, you can do a pin press for this, or you can drop that trap bar all the way down. If you're having problems in the bottom of your press, I'd recommend you hold the trap bar down low. If you're having problems with the lockout, I would kind of go to that sticking point wherever it is, at the crown of your head, a little above, wherever you're gonna be. Get that dead zone and start pressing in there. The pin press is such an excellent way to kind of isolate that weak point of where you're actually trying to work that I would highly encourage many of you start using that. Plus, it's a great way to learn that groove above your head. So if you're having trouble keeping that bar over the middle of your foot when you're kind of searching, pushing towards the back of your head, this is gonna help a lot. Now, if you do decide to do that for your lockout, you're gonna do 10 reps there, put the bar down, drop down to the ground, and do 10 close grip push-ups. How close you put your hands is gonna be up to you and what you're trying to work. You can also do different things. You can do deficit push-ups, something that's going to work the weak point of your movement. But for right here, we're gonna go with the pin press, right to the close grip push-up, and then after that, we're gonna do a 50-foot crucifix walk. Now, a crucifix walk is nothing more than kind of holding your dumbbells out like you did a lateral raise, and then walking. You can hold plates, you can hold dumbbells, kettlebells. I don't care what you hold, just hold them out this side and go for a 50-foot walk. But do remember that the hand position that I'm looking for here is almost like you have a pitcher of water and you're trying to pour it into a cup. That position where your hand is kind of tilted down like that, that's exactly how I want your hands during this crucifix walks the entire time. So now you just follow ladder. You do 10 pin presses to 10 close grip push-ups, right to the crucifix walks. Then you do 9-9 walk, 8-8 walk, 7-7. You guys know. Continue all the way down. If that is too easy, you can always go back up. But trust me, if you choose the right weights, that's not gonna be easy at all. All right, and the next one I want to talk about is going to look very familiar to a lot of you who bought my programs, and especially familiar to a lot of you who go to my gym, and that is going to be the Tabata Z press. This is going to absolutely crush you as far as endurance is concerned. So the Tabata protocol is nothing more than 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest, and you do that 8 times or 4 total minutes of exercise. And trust me, that is a long 4 minutes. Now, actually, in the comment section, one of you recently wrote that you would like me to do a tutorial on the Z press, and I absolutely am going to do that. So I'm gonna go more into detail in that video. But right now, you're pretty much sitting on your butt and you're pressing, right? So you're gonna press for 20 seconds, as many times as you can, then you're gonna rest in the front rack position. Once that 10 seconds is done, you're pressing again. You do that 8 times. Now, I'll tell you, a good piece of advice is to start lighter than you want to. Use small plates instead of like throwing a 25 on. Throw like a 10, 10, 5, and don't throw any collars on. Because most likely you're gonna end up skipping around to drop some weight. Most likely more than once. And if you're looking for another really stupid way to work the endurance of your shoulders to an absolutely agonizing point, do you guys remember from one of the other assistance finishers where I talked about the song Moby Flower? If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube, search Moby Flower, and
Don't do it!
Boo! So mean. But just about every single one of you's heard that song where they say bring Sally up, bring Sally down. Right now, typically we throw that song into other types of exercises like the squat. So they say bring Sally up, you stand up with the squat. When they say bring Sally down, you go down the bottom and you kind of marinate, because that's when the chorus happens until it tells you to come back out. Now, that's all well and good. And if you want to do that with something like a Z press or a strict press or whatever type of press you want, I think you absolutely should. However, if you want to make it twice as hard, reverse the song. So when they say, bring Sally up, you are in the down position. When they say, bring Sally down, you press out. What this essentially does is put you in that lockout position for that marinating chorus kind of time, especially towards the end of the song, and your shoulders are going to be fried. I would highly recommend either to Tabata or the bring Sally up, either reverse or regular, because that is just an awesome way to do. Make sure you throw it at the very end of your workout. Have some recorded, because it's gonna get silly fast. Which brings us to our next one. Now, this one is gonna be great for building cardio as well as shoulder endurance, as well as work some technique. And for you strongmen, this can be really, really good because you can use a circus dumbbell. If you are not a strongman, I would highly recommend that you use either fat grips on a dumbbell, or if you don't have fat grips, just use a dumbbell. Now, every single strongman is familiar that there are a lot of events when it comes to the press in strongman where you're doing as many reps as possible of a log clean and press, cleaning every rep. There are not many more brutal things than going flat out clean and pressing something as many times as you possibly can in a minute, just because you can't stabilize your breathing. It's all weird. It's almost like MMA. The reason why fighting is so absolutely exhausting is that your breathing when you're on the ground is different than your breathing when you're standing up, is different than your breathing when you're locked up, different when you're pushed up against a cage. All those things require different types of breathing. If you are not able to regulate it correctly, then you get very, very tired very, very fast. And the same thing happens with the clean and press. So what we're going to do is try to manipulate that to hurt ourselves. So at the top of every single minute, what you're gonna do is minute 1, you're going to perform 1 burpee, walk up to a dumbbell of your choice, clean it, press it, one side, touch the ground, clean it, press it, other side. Now, the important thing to note here is on the circus dumbbell for strongmen, you can use 2 hands for that clean. The reason why we can is because the handle is ridiculously large and you can't hold onto it one hand. But I would still encourage you to use 2 hands for that clean, so you're not just doing a bunch of like really ugly, heavy bicep curls and you can stick yourself in some danger. Use 2 hands, get it to your shoulder, get set, throw and catch that dumbbell. If you need help, I have a tutorial on the circus dumbbell. As much as I hate the thing, I think that video actually will help you do it safely and might make you like it a little bit more than myself. But after you get done the press on your right side and the press on your left side, you have the remainder of that minute to rest. Once minute 2 comes around, now you are doing 2 burpees to 2 clean and presses on your right, cleaning both reps, and then 2 clean and presses on the left, cleaning both reps. Minute 3 is 3, minute 4 is 4, minute 5 is 5. Now, that's gonna put you at just about the max number of work that you can fit into that minute. So if you can get 5 done, get it done. If you can't, start working your way back down. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trust me, it's going to work your technique on the circus dumbbell a ton. It's going to work your lungs like crazy. It will finish off your shoulders and burn some fat at the same time. It's a great way to do it. It's just, brutally, brutally hard. Have fun. And the next one I want to talk about is actually a mindset challenge that we do here at my gym from time to time, and that is a max effort handstand hold. So all that I want you to do is find a wall where you don't really mind if your shoes kind of scuff it up a little bit, throw your body up against that in a handstand position, and stay there. Yeah. Now the current champion at my gym is my girl M, who I think is in mid 2-minute range right now. I can get very, very close to 2 minutes. I have not broken the 2-minute mark. I tell you what, this seems like it would be no big deal at all, but this is absolutely brutally hard, especially if you throw it towards the end of your workout, but give it a try anytime you want. The only thing I'll say is remember that you are suspending yourself above the ground with your head. Just take proper, be smart. Or at least, again, send me the video. But don't send me the video. What's up, Kona? How you doing, bud? Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Hi. Oh. All right, guys, and the final one that I want to talk about is another block that's only going to take about 2 minutes because you're going to have 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, so that makes it a 2-minute round. You can do it 5 times for 10 total minutes. Now, what you're going to do for that first 10 minutes, I need to check this, is some sort of press. So for me personally, I like to use the Z press. Sometimes I'll use the Arnold press if my shoulder's completely fried. I just need to get a pump. Some people use the pin press for this. Use whatever is gonna focus on your weak point, okay? So your first 30 seconds is whatever press you choose. After you get done as many reps you can for that 30 seconds, I want you to move on to the next 30 seconds, which is going to be lateral raises. After you're done that 30 seconds of lateral raises, I want you to move on to banded face pulls or cable face pulls or whatever you have access to. Now, for my face pulls, I personally like to do them seated because when I do them standing, I feel like I cheat a little bit more. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm seated, I'm still cheating it a little bit, but it's much, much less, and I don't care much about weight. I'm just trying to get good holds. For this one in particular, really not thinking that much about weight, maybe on the press, but it's gonna exponentially drop every single round that you do because you're not giving yourself a ton of time to recover. So again, 30 seconds of whatever press is going to work the weak point that you are focused on to 30 seconds of lateral raises, or you can throw in, rear delt raises if that is another weak point for you, and then some face pulls for that last 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds rest, then go back up to the top, manipulate any weight that you need to, get after it, 5 rounds of it, 10 minutes later, your shoulders are gonna be absolutely destroyed and all of your assistance is going to be done. All right, guys, so that is the end of the assistance finishers video for the overhead press. Hopefully you guys got a couple ideas here. I'm not really sure where I'm gonna go with this assistance finishers thing. So this was actually for the program that I released probably like 2 months ago, and I'm gonna be releasing another program probably in about a month to a month and a half. I mentioned it on another video recently. I'm just gonna get a proof of concept right now. I'm working it, some other people working it. Once I can prove that it is actually doing what I want it to do, then I'll put it out there, give it to you guys for free so you guys can program it out and get doing what you wanna do. Again, it's gonna be more mass based than any other program that I've ever written. Oh, thank you, dog. But again, guys, I thank you so much for all the ways you guys support me. I just thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really do enjoy making them, and I really appreciate you guys watching them. So I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do, go out to something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. We will see you then. You can't. I can't do this while you're. You have to move some.
Friendships on the line. Friendships on the line.
Come on.
Go for it,
Hey.
Be ready.
Hey.